Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so happy you're here. Today we're doing a self-care night. And I have a little date tonight, a little FaceTime date, which is gonna be so exciting. I'm so excited. But before that, we're gonna do a little bit of self-care. We are gonna take a nice warm shower. I don't have to wash my hair, so instead I'm going to exfoliate and I'm going to shave and I'm going to put lotion on and just feel so luxurious. And I brought you in my closet because I'm going to wear my favorite pajamas, which are, I haven't decided if I'm going to wear the pants or if I'm going to wear the shorts, but I have these blue and white striped silky pajamas and I absolutely love them. I wear them so much. They're fantastic. I think that's it. Honestly, that sounds like a pretty chill night because I'm probably going to FaceTime until I go to sleep, honestly. And maybe I'll even take you guys along with me for a little bit of my morning tomorrow, showing you how I incorporate little moments of self-care that might seem extra to some people, but I've slowly started to incorporate them into my routine so that they don't feel so overwhelming. Because that's my whole goal, is to show you guys that although life can get hard and stressful and be moving super fast paced, and sometimes it feels like you don't have enough time to actually take time for yourself to do these things, I wanted to show you guys that it is doable to incorporate self-care intentionally into your routine. I promise you, there's actually more time than you think, and it's actually giving you the opportunity to reevaluate how you're spending your time, because maybe you're spending your time getting sucked into a TV show or getting sucked into your phone and you're not realizing how much time is actually slipping away from you in those moments. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna go get a shower and then I will show you guys my gua sha routine, because I do that every night in the shower, but I'll show you when I get out of the shower what I do, and I'll show you my skincare. Hi guys, I'm out of the shower and I want to show you guys my gua sha routine and my skincare. Now, if you've never seen any one of my videos before where I've mentioned my gua sha routine, this is going to be a brief run through, but essentially you have to open your lymph nodes. So you have right here in your collarbone, I press that 10 times, and then in front of your ear and behind your ears, you kind of just like press together. And I do that 10 times. And then your nose, like right here in your nose, I just like scoop, almost like it's like a J that you're riding on your nose. And then this is my gua sha that I use. So using this part of your gua sha, you just take it down your neck 10 times on each side. And then I scoop up 10 times. And then I also do like the side 10 times up on both sides. And then I also, again, taking this part of the gua sha, I kind of carve out my jawline. I do that 5 to 10 times. And then taking this part of the gua sha, then I carve out the jawline even more and drag it down. You always want to drag it down. Do that 10 times on both sides. And then I take this part and then a little bit of the flat part, and you just scrape your face. That's obviously, you don't need to put a lot of pressure on, but you just like carry it across your face, shake at your ear, and then drag it down, okay? And then shake out. And then I take this part of the gua sha again, and I carve out my cheekbones, and then again, scrape down 10 times on each side. That's all I do for my gua sha. Now, let's get into my skincare. Here's a little fact about me. I don't wash my face twice a day anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore, especially not in the winter, because I feel like it dries my skin out, and I actually get acne when my skin is super dry. But anyway, the first thing, I've used this for years. Literally, I think the first time I used this was in like 2020 or something. No, 2021 probably. So I've been using this for like 5 years now, but it's the Paula's Choice exfoliant. I love this thing. So I use this first every night, just like one little drop, and then rub / pat on your face. All right, step 2 is Bioma Hydrating Recovery Oil. I love this product. I'm actually almost out of this and it's very sad, but I just do a drop on my forehead and a drop on either cheek, and I rub that in and then I pat it into my skin. Okay, lastly, I use the Bioma Moisturizing Gel Cream. Also love this stuff too. I really like the Bioma brand. I have been using them for over a year now. I've tried a couple of their various products, like their different versions of their face lotion and their oils, and I love them. They're so gentle on my skin and they feel so good. Like, I genuinely look forward to my nighttime skincare routine every night because of how good I know my skin is gonna feel. Anyway, once that's all done, then this is what I've been doing recently with any of my like scars. I was using like tea tree oil on them, but I've kind of taken a step back from that just because it is winter and tea tree oil does dry out your skin like really bad, even on the problem areas, so I stopped doing that. But what I've been doing is I've been taking a little bit of castor oil and then I've been putting it on my problem areas, like the little scars, because it helps heal the skin. I feel like there's a faster turnover when I use the castor oil than if I just let it go and heal on its own. Anyway, that's everything for my skincare. Also, the next part of my routine is oral hygiene. So I do use a tongue scraper. And then lastly, I just brush my teeth with the Hello brand toothpaste. Also, if you guys were curious about the lotion that I use the Cetaphil. Hi, good morning. We're back for the second half of incorporating self-care into your daily routine. I would imagine that these feel like extra steps that most people don't want to take because they feel like they take too long or they don't have the time to, or whatever the excuse is, which all excuses can be valid because your brain will just continue to prove your excuse is correct. But if you actually are like, you know what, I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna prove to myself that I can do it. And then you continuously do it. You continue to prove that you do actually have the time and you can actually incorporate this stuff into your life. And it is easier than you thought. Because at first, I didn't think that I had time to put the eye patches on my eyes in the morning. Like, are you kidding me? It takes like 2 seconds to do. And I was making up excuses as to why I couldn't do it. But anyway, I am going to show you guys my little routine. I did my gua sha routine at night last night, and now I'm going to show you my ice roller routine this morning. It's very similar to the gua sha. Okay, so I have 2 ice rollers. I have this one, and then I have this one. I feel like I do this one more because it feels good. The next thing I do is I take this roller and I hold it this way and I go in this direction and I go up 10 on my jaw, shake at your ear, and then bring it down. You have this line in your neck, so I bring it down that line. And I do it on the other side. And then holding the roller like this, I do this both ways. So I hold it like this and I scoop down under my chin and then I flip it and I do it this way because then it like actually grabs. And that's basically all I do for those rollers. Next we're gonna put on the eye patches. This is the Grace and Stella variety pack. Also, I wear my eye patches on purpose, like I wear them backwards. I like putting the small part under my eye and the big part like on my cheek. Like, I like doing it this way instead of the other way around. I don't know, maybe that's just like a me thing. Now I think we let these sit for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna bring you guys upstairs to show you the most fun part of my morning. Like, don't get me wrong, this stuff is fun and I love taking care of my skin like this, but this is like a new thing within the last month or so. So I'm gonna show you guys and take you guys along so you can listen to some of the sound bowls. well, that was my little sound bath. Hope you enjoyed. I feel so zen now. Like, it's such a great, obviously, I know a lot of people don't, like, this is not like a common thing to have, but if you liked the sound of this, if you liked this at all, I highly recommend going on YouTube and looking up sound bath meditations. I was gonna show you I've been seeing them on TikTok, but the Chinese lymph drainage like movements and exercise, but this is like full body movements to kind of like loosen up your body and like wake your body up. And I did that like for 2 mornings this past week just to like try it out to see if I liked it, and I felt amazing after. Like, I felt like I had so much more energy, and I think I slept better later that night. Like, I slept way better at night. But I'm going to show you those too after I'm done with the eye patches. Every day, I guess, is a little like, that's the other thing. Incorporating intentional time and like self-care into your routine can look differently, and it can be moved around based on your schedule, and it's okay if things come up and you run out of time and you aren't able to actually do the things that you originally wanted to do. Like, that's okay. It's about how you handle that. Like, are you handling yourself with grace and compassion and understanding of like, it's okay we didn't do it last night, but we're gonna try to do it tonight or today or whenever we have the time, and if we don't, then I'm going to set time for myself to make sure that that happens. But I'm not going to beat myself up for it, because life happens, and sometimes it's out of our control, and sometimes, as much as we try to plan, time can still slip away and we run out of time, which is, you know, story of our lives, right? That's why a lot of people say that they don't have time to incorporate self-care. They don't have time to do these things that are super beneficial for themselves. But I guess this video is to show you that it is, like, you actually do probably have more time than you think you do. And even if it's not an everyday thing, maybe it's like a once a week or once every 2 weeks, you kind of incorporate. Maybe you have to be the type of person who blocks it out intentionally, like you give yourself a couple hours to do all of the things at once that you want to do. Or maybe you're the type of person who's like, I'm gonna sprinkle like 5 minutes in a day. Like, anything is better than nothing, but you have to know what works for you. You have to be like flexible with it, because it looks different. Every day looks different. So obviously how and when you incorporate the self-care and the intentional time with yourself will also look different. It's a lot easier said than done, but if you have a little bit of grace for yourself and your schedule and how you can make time throughout your days, it will be a lot easier for you. We're gonna do the routine that I learned. Okay, you're supposed to do them for a minute each. I'm gonna start with the neck taps, because that's what I saw in another guy's video. He does neck taps. Body swings. And then arms. I forgot you bounce for like a minute. This one's my favorite. Just like bouncing, maybe like shake everything out. My whole body feels all like fluttery now. Did the arm swings. Okay, dead arms. Okay, and then you do these like trunk twists. I don't know if I do them right, but I try. You do like armpit taps. Like I said, there's a huge lymph node in your armpits. And then lastly, you do marches. And that's all I can remember, so hopefully I didn't forget anything. But obviously, like I said, there's a bunch of different routines, so some have more, some have less. That's what I can remember today. So if I missed any of the moves, or you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments which ones you add, or the ones that you don't do that maybe I did and you didn't know were a part of it. But yeah, I think that's everything. I feel like I should end the video here, because this feels like a good place to leave off. Like, I feel fantastic. Feel very high vibe right now, which is exactly the way that you want to feel. So I think this is a good place to leave off the video, like leave off on a high note. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, And I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and seeing how I incorporate self-care and like these little woo-woo things that I do throughout my day. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it valuable, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!